Hi guys, I'm going to try for the third time today to show you my setup for One Book July. Now, straight up, I'm going to tell you I haven't got one book, I have got two. I'm trying to combine all three versions of One Book July together to see if I can get something that works for me. So at the moment I use 4 or 5 different planners on a daily basis, and I use about 3 different colour coding systems, which is, let's face it, ridiculous. So I've kind of got this book together. This is going to be my main book. Now, you've probably seen it on my Instagram, and I did post it on my blog yesterday. This is the large Erin Condren hardbound planner. Now, I know the original premise of One Book July was to have a smaller book, but I still feel having 1 instead of 4 is a big improvement. So I'm going to show you vaguely what I've done in here. First of all, we have got the tabs along the side just to make it a bit easier to flick back and forward. We are still working at school. There are going to be things we need to make a note of for next year, so flicking back and forward is going to be super brilliant. The other thing I've done, let me see if I can show you this. Not in that light, apparently not. Let's do it this way. Haha, magic. I've got a whole load of washi on some of the pages, so this is where the official notes pages begin. This is a monthly spread. Now, I'm a teacher. I run September to September. That's just how my brain works. It's how it's always worked. So I have my monthly spreads for future planning if I need to as the year goes on. But let's face it, September 2018, I'm going to have a new planner, so there's no point. So what I've done is, with the wonders of Tipp-Ex Mouse, I have white-outed all of the dates and anything else up there. And then these are additional notes pages. So you get 4 or 5 a month depending on the month, but it gives me loads of room to record everything, particularly for work, which will make having one book an awful lot easier. So I'm going to open her up. Wonders of washi, you can just stick stuff in all over the place, it's great fun. I will say now, I've washied out quite a bit of stuff in this because I've got work stuff in here, I've already got everything set up. There's some things that are quite personal. It's just there, so we'll talk about it as we go through. Obviously, like here, that means it's useful for me but not useful for you to know it. So, colour code. I have thought long and hard about colour code. I've got one colour code I'm using across everything for this month. I've thought carefully about this colour code. This colour code will work primarily when I'm putting stuff into my planner, so adding events, dates, appointments, just what's going on in my planning routine. But on a day-to-day basis, I'm probably just going to use this little fella down here. Just a classic black pen, usually one of these bad boys. Although I have just, where's it gone? Just got myself one of these, and I can totally see what all the fuss is about. So black pen is what I usually use. Take one pen out with me, take this out with me. Everything else is just extra stuff to make it stand out and be a little bit easier for me to read. What have we got next? Love the foiling. Yearly overview, fairly straightforward, don't use it much, but I do use it for marking out the school holidays or time when I don't have to go to work, but most of the time still do. So yeah, all school holidays are in yellow. Haven't quite got this bit done yet, but we'll get there. Circle dates in green are birthdays, still going through and adding those in, but that's basically all I ever put on the yearly overview. Then we have this. Now, I know a lot of people are using this for goal setting. I cannot do goal setting. I'm still trying to work that one out. I create a goal, I don't look at it again. That's primarily why I got my passion planner, is to help the goal setting. It's kind of helping a bit, but I decided not in this one. So this is more record keeping, ideas, tracking type things. So ideas for self-care activities, because that's a big priority for me. Topics I'm going to cover, or that I cover as I go in scripture writing. Books that I have read or want to read. TV shows I've watched or want to watch, and the same with the films, and things that make me smile, because we all need something to make us smile occasionally. This side is still blank. Not sure if I'm going to come up with some more ideas like this or that. I'm going to leave it, and then when this gets really, really full, I can do some more over here. I think I'd rather have like double the self-care ideas than have something else just to fill it up and make everything different. So next page is July monthly. Now I will say a lot of washi on this. It's still term time. There's still work stuff going on. So yeah, there we go. See what I mean? This stuff is purely decorative, this one up here, because I liked it. Kind of almost colour matched. It's got a little bit of metallic in it. Slightly summery with all the coral, seaweed. This is stuff for work that I've covered over. So you can see there's a little bit of everything going on in here. There's appointments, there's dates, there's stuff that we're getting up to. There's things I want to do for filming, blog posts, there's bills, there's uni sessions, there's other random stuff that I just want to put in for reference. TDF, I'll explain it in a minute. I've got in my prompts for my scripture writing, but they're also on the weeklies. And then this little guy here, boxes for M, all over the place. That's for my mood tracking. One box probably isn't enough, but I do want to track it definitely. So we'll start with that, and if I need to change it, I need to change it. And obviously the yellow down here. Summer holidays. Can you tell I'm excited yet? So I'm going to talk through this week in a bit of detail because this is the upcoming week. I plan on starting this tomorrow, purely because this is tomorrow. July spread, new planner, start tomorrow. Makes sense to me. And I like Mondays. Starting on Mondays means I can get to grips with something during the work week. If I can do it while I'm at work, then I can do it anywhere else. So, hence a little note here. So stuff at the top, primarily work stuff. Thursday's a heavy day, a lot going on. It needs to be at the top. As a teacher, any other teachers out there, particularly in the UK, you know this dominates your life. It really does. So that's at the top because that's going to be the most important day today. In the middle, I've got checkboxes. I've used a stencil just to sketch out boxes for it. I am one of these people that records absolutely everything. If I need to print my lesson plans, for example, and I need to print maths and English and science and art and topic, I will itemise that as 5 different points. Crazy. If I need to print out 2 worksheets of science, I will itemise each of those as 2 points. So printing now means all of my lesson plans, all of my resources, and anything else I might need for what's going on at work that day. So gone are the 25 points or something like that, and in is just 1. So this is about helping me prioritise and condense what I'm recording a little bit to speed up the process. So yeah, done it in pencil. I've done it all the way through July. If I don't like this, then I will rub it out. It's the joy of writing in pencil, right? Then this row down here is just kind of everything else that's going on in my life, really. Hence the colour coding system, just to make it easier to see what's what. This week isn't too bad. Did say I didn't want to use stickers when I bought this. This was all about getting back to the guts of planning, getting to grips with what I actually need. But appointment labels and event labels actually do stand out much better than just writing in a pen. So if it was something for me, for example, I've written a blog post, I'd have another appointment, and we'd all be in the same colour. So actually, they do stand out. So I'm running a bit low at the moment on appointment labels and event labels. There's some on order that should be coming soon. And then what I'm going to do is I've also got some of the sticky pockets from Erin Condren to add to probably my front cover down here. Slide all those in, then I can carry them around with me. Still got 1 book, nothing extra, just the one thing. So they should all be arriving hopefully in the next week or so. We'll see. And then that will be much clearer. Down at the bottom is where I'm going to do my tracking. So, like I just said, running low on a lot of the functional stickers I use. I did see someone beautifully draw a habit tracker box like the stickers. I could not do that. I tried. It looked ridiculous. I tried again. I threw my pencil across the room. So that wasn't going to happen. So what I've done is I've used these lines down here for my tracking. So we have got steps, dinner, self-care activity, Instagram, hydration. These guys just shade in. These guys need a little bit of room to write something. So that's how I've done it. Then I've got the prompts for my script writing, which is what I'm going to talk about with book 2. So those are the prompts. This space here, this is from the June set that I found, and then this space onwards through the rest of the month is the July challenge. A little bit of an aim down here. Haven't sure how I'm going to track that yet. Might do a box somewhere up here, might just make a note of it when I do it, I don't know. But it's down there as a reminder, because that's kind of what this space is. This space is all the other notes that I need to make, any other tasks that don't fit to a specific day, and anything that might be coming up next week, the week after, that I just need to bear in mind. Obviously put it on the next week, but sometimes I just need to be aware of it during the course of this week. So that's that. This is TDF, Tour de France. Clues up there. So I've recorded all the stages in there. I'll probably do some kind of like journaling spread linked to that. And then the last little thing I should probably mention is my days at the top. These are countdown days. Green, work, countdown till the summer holidays. Woo! I am getting very excited that we're very nearly at the end of term. There's about 3 months worth of work. Sorry, I will start that again. There's about 3 months worth of work to fit in between now and then. But we are getting ever closer, and I cannot wait. Then at the top, above it, purple, is the countdown to the Southwest Craft and Planner Meet in August. I've never been to a planner meet. I am terrified, but I'm also really, really excited, which is why I'm counting down from day 1 in this planner. I think that shows my level of excitement. So that's that week. And then just kind of like quick flick through. It kind of carries on much the same. I've just sketched things out, stuff that I know is coming up, just so I can have a quick look through if I need to. Can add things in as I go. Just trying to keep everything in here that I possibly can without having to look anywhere else. So yeah, that's that. That's kind of how it's looking. You've probably just noticed these are a little bit bigger to these. I've used a different template. Kind of figured it was important in some holidays to do less, particularly this week when most teachers are almost certainly comatose or doing something daft. I would normally be on a massive camp somewhere. This year I'm not, just because it was too much with my health. So there we go. So that's my main book, and I've obviously mentioned that I'm going to do some note-taking this as well, and I have a second book. So my second book kind of encompasses version 2 of One Book July, which is for a particular project, and version 3, which is Go Big or Go Home. So I obviously have looked at the phrase Go Big or Go Home and found the tiniest planner I possibly can. Look at it, it is so small. This is an A6 Leuchtturm. This is going to be a toned back bullet journal. By that I mean not so much to-do lists, not so much bulleting, more journaling. So I like big planners. I do. I have A4 planners. I have B5 planners. I think in a perfect world I would have a hardbound B5 planner for everything. It's a nice size. But I don't. I like big planners, and I go bigger and I go smaller and feel confused. This is my normal bullet journal. Love the colour. This is an A5 Leuchtturm. I often think this is too small. It's tinier than that. I mean, just look at it. Just look at it in comparison. It is so small. I don't know why I'm doing this. Well, I do. I like the idea of a traveller's notebook. I've been swayed by many people. In a traveller's notebook, I could have a book for journaling, a book for script writing, a book for projects, a book for brain dumping, a book for work, a book for tracking. They'd all be separate, but they'd all be together. But the size makes me scared. Coming small it worries me so much because there's so much going on in my head that I have to get out of my head that I don't feel this is big enough. So I thought, why not try an A6 Leuchtturm? Same system I use a lot, just on a smaller scale. So I've done a very simple setup in this. Very simple indeed. Index, which we're all fairly familiar with. This is something that I'm hoping I will keep up this month. I'm useless with an index, so that's what I'm hoping to do. I've put the colour code in again, just because this is very different for me, and I want to make sure that I'm trying to stick to it if I can. Left this page for future planning. So I'm either going to come back and do a spread in the next week or so if I get 5 minutes, or I'm just going to leave it till the end of the month, because if I get to the end of the month and I'm halfway through and I've enjoyed it, I might carry on and then do something with this, or I might start thinking about maybe level 10 life, or looking at a bit of road mapping idea from my passion planner maybe. Not sure yet, so it's just there at the moment. We'll have inspiration at some point. This is my monthly view. I've had to turn it this way to fit it all on, but I think actually it fits really, really nicely. I've used the dotted lines, dashed lines, sorry, just to separate out the weeks. Fairly simple, fairly traditional. What I did on my monthly this month of June is I've done something positive every day, and I've really enjoyed doing that, and I think it's worked quite well, so I'm probably going to do the same. Obviously I know I'm starting this tomorrow when it's still June, but those positives will go on my June monthly in my other bullet journal. It makes sense to me. Don't worry if it doesn't make sense to you. And then I have here a little weekly spread. So this down here, oh sorry, that was Facebook picking up somewhere. This down here, just an overview of the week. I had a little space at the bottom, so I thought why not include a little space for next week. This will just be personal events that are going on, or things that happen as they happen. I quite often do this in my bullet journal when there's just so much going on. I quite often set it up, leave it blank, and then look at it a week later and think, well, what did I do that week? This is kind of memory keeping. So I'm going to do that. And then this is the start of my first daily, so I'll do, hopefully, most days, the script writing challenge that I've got the prompts for in my big book. I might not do that. I might do verse of the day from my Bible app. Reflective comments on the day, notes on something that's happened that day. Kind of a bit freeform with my journaling, basically, encompassing everything. Might do some stickers and stuff. What I have done is there was a beautiful set of stickers that Early Birth Designs has, and that I used last week. I did 2 spreads and I still had absolutely loads, so what I've done is I've trimmed down the sheets to put in the back, because actually the colours would go really beautifully with this teal. And there's a bit of decoration, it's easy, it's speeding it up. I'm trying to simplify and quicken my process basically, so I thought stickers can't be too bad in here. It's here, I'm trying to avoid them. We'll see. So that is my, just got that out, my setup for One Book July. 2 books instead of 1, I know, but it's an awful lot simpler than what I'm doing at the moment, and hopefully will get me in some really, really good habits. I am worried about doing this, I will be honest, it scares me slightly, but hopefully by the weekend I'll be able to let you know how fantastically well it's gone on, all the wonderful things that have happened. I am scared about moving away from my core bound Erin Condren and my passion planner. My core bound Erin Condren I set up about 3 weeks in advance, so most of July is already set up in there, so maybe come the weekends I can do some like reflective filling in of things, memory keeping type stuff in the spreads, and yeah, we'll just see how life goes without the passion planner. That is my kind of go-to breakdown timeline of the week, but maybe I can fit timeline in here somehow. We'll see how it goes. The whole point of this is to try something new and see how it goes. So yeah, that's my setup. I've been rambling now, I'm aware of that. I apologise if you think my rambling is a bit weird, and I'm sorry that Facebook is suddenly going bananas. I've done some posts on my blog about this. I'm trying to get my blog going again. Obviously there'll be pictures through the week on Instagram, and hopefully next weekend I'll do an update on week 1 on how things have gone, just as most people will be starting, because I'm weird, I know that. Anyway, have a lovely week guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.